Today, we are going to a place that's whispered about all across India. It's a place of absolutely stunning ruins and some truly chilling legends. So let's dive into the story of Bhangarh Fort. Now, this is the big question, isn't it? And get this isn't just some local folklore. This is an official rule from the Archaeological Survey of India. So what on earth could have happened inside these walls that made the government itself say, nope, nobody goes in after dark? Well, we're about to find out.
All right, so to really understand the story of Bhangarh, you first have to understand the place itself. We're heading to a pretty remote, beautiful, and, a deeply unsettling part of Rajasthan.
Yeah, Bhangarh is not exactly easy to get to. It's kind of tucked away in the Aravalli hills, right on the border of the Sariska Tiger Reserve. And, that isolation is a huge part of its mystique. The wild, rugged landscape just adds to this powerful, mysterious vibe. It really is a place where you feel like time just stopped.
Okay, as we step through one of its 5 massive gates, you realize you're not just walking into an old fort. You're walking into the ghost of an entire city. Let's try to picture what this thriving kingdom used to be and what little is left of it today.
So back in the 17th century, this place was alive. I mean, try to imagine it, a bustling capital city, more than 9,000 homes, a huge marketplace called the Johari Bazaar, and of course, the grand palace of the king. But today, all of that is gone. It's been replaced by these crumbling walls and this weirdly heavy silence that visitors say they can feel almost as soon as they walk in.
But here's where things get really strange. Amidst all this destruction, there's this one bizarre exception. The houses, the market, the palace, all wiped out. But several temples are still standing, almost perfectly preserved. I mean, they're gorgeous examples of 17th century architecture. But, and this is a big but, while the buildings survived, the idols that were inside them, they're gone, vanished. Just another layer to this mystery.
So, what could cause an entire city to just disappear like that? Well, local stories don't point to a war or a famine. They point to something way more sinister. A couple of powerful curses that they say sealed Bhangarh's fate forever.
Right, so there are 2 main legends that try to explain what happened here. The first one is about a holy man who gave his blessing for the fort to be built, but on one condition: its shadow could never, ever touch his home. Well, a later king built the palace higher. The shadow fell where it shouldn't have, and boom, the sadhu's curse supposedly destroyed the whole town. The other story, and probably the more famous one, is about a wizard who fell in love with the beautiful Princess Ratnavati. He tried to use a love potion on her, but she figured it out. She threw the potion onto a giant boulder, which then rolled over and crushed him. And with his very last breath, he cursed the entire kingdom to ruin.
Now let's go to the very heart of the legend, the royal palace. This is supposedly the most paranormally active spot in the entire fort, the real center of the haunting.
You can just look at the palace and see something went terribly wrong. It used to be this magnificent 7-story building, the absolute pride of the kingdom. Today, only 4 of those levels are left, and they're just skeletons of what they once were. The top floors are completely gone, like they were just violently ripped off.
People who are brave enough to go inside talk about this deep sense of just unease. They mention that unnatural silence again, stories of sealed-off underground tunnels, and this awful, pungent smell of bats coming from dark rooms you can't get into. Locals are convinced this is where the restless spirits and jinns are trapped, stuck here ever since the city was destroyed.
And this brings us right back to that official government warning. The stories are so powerful and the local beliefs are so strong that the authorities actually made it a law. You are not allowed inside after dark, period. The villagers nearby will tell you that anyone who ever tried to stay the night was never seen again.
Now, despite all these terrifying stories, or maybe because of them, Bhangarh is a huge draw for curious and brave travelers. So if you're thinking you might want to see it for yourself one day, here's what you're going to need to know.
So if you do dare to visit, timing is key. The best time of year is definitely in the cooler months, so think October through February. You'll probably want to give yourself a good 2 to 4 hours to really see the whole place. It's huge. And just remember, those opening hours, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., are not a suggestion. They are strictly enforced. The entry fee is just 25 rupees.
And finally, a few essential tips for you. Definitely wear some sturdy shoes. The ground is really rocky. It gets hot, so bring water. But here's where the advice gets a little unusual. The locals will warn you not to wear any strong perfumes or scents. They believe those things attract the spirits.
And the number one, most important rule, the one that everyone will tell you, you have to leave before sunset.
So what is Bhangarh really? Is it some kind of portal to another world, a cursed land that's literally trapped in the past? Or is it just a magnificent, beautiful ruin with a story so good it simply refuses to die? I guess in the end, that's something you have to decide for yourself.